Sudama is carrying chipped rice, which is an insignificant poha, to give as gift to the king of Dwarka, Dwarkadish. So from this we understand the content is not important, but the intent is important. So in the Gita, Krishna is saying, you don't have to give me big things as gift, but you can just give me simple things like patram, pushpam, phalam, toyam. Krishna is saying, na mujhe chahiye mantra, na mujhe chahiye tantra, bas pyar se khilao ek santra. And now we'll get back to the story and the beautiful lessons what we can learn from the story of Krishna and Sudama. So Sudama voluntarily had chosen to be poor because in comfort zone we can't focus on moksha dharma or the path of moksha. So if someone wants to achieve the goal of mukti or moksha, we need to live a life of simplicity. So that's why I always call a very important motto we all can aspire to have, and that is simple living and high thinking. So what happens when we lead a life of complication with a lot of comfort and facility, and when we get enamored by the glitter and glamour of this world, then the focus on moksha takes backseat. So when the focus on moksha takes backseat, then we start just enjoying the sense gratificatory things of this world. So Sudama had chosen this life of a Brahmana, where he would just learn and teach and do and work as a priest, and whatever dhana, dharma he would get, and based on that dhana he would live his life. And Sudama, he had wife and many children, and it was many months he had not got any dhana. And wife, she was also from a Brahmana family. She also had the nature of living a simple life. But it's been many months, they had nothing to even eat. So just children were getting emaciated, they were losing weight and had nothing, good nutritious food. So one day, Sudama's wife calls her husband and tells, "Oh, my dear husband, can you just see the situation at home? We have nothing actually. Everything is exhausted. We don't have enough groceries to cook. And children, they are having malnutrition. They're not having good food, nutritious food, and they're losing weight, they're falling sick. I think we should do something." And Sudama says, "What to do? I'm not getting anything. So let me pray to God that, oh God, please send something." Because Brahmanas are always dependent on God. So Sudama's wife says, "Yes, we have been praying since long time. Now we should do something practical also." So Sudama says, "I think you have some idea. Please let me know what is that idea." So Sudama's wife reminds Sudama that, "My dear husband, I think you remember your best friend. And your best friend is Krishna." Yes! Immediately, as soon as Sudama hears the name Krishna, he gets excited. And he says, "Yes, every day I remember Krishna. He is my best friend and he is my worshipable deity. He is my worshipable Lord. How can I forget him?" So Sudama's wife says, "My dear husband, if Krishna, who is a Dwarkadish, now he is the king of Dwarka, and he is your best friend, right? Yes, he is my best friend. Why can't you go to Krishna and ask him something?" And immediately Sudama becomes very grave. He says, "Asking something? No. I can throughout my life worship Krishna, but I can't ask anything from Krishna." So many times in our life, very important lesson we can learn from this is, people go to God with a list, with their wish list. So I generally say, so people go to God and they say, I have written my exams, please help me. Exams are coming, so please help me. And some people, I don't have money, please help me. And some people say, I am not married, please help me. Some people say, I am married, please help me. So like this, people go to God with a wish list. So that's why I say, if there is a big queue in front of a vegetable shop, and go and ask everyone, sir, why are you standing here? And if there are 10 people in the queue, every person, all 10 will give you same answer. What is it? I am here to buy some vegetables. And if there are 10 people in front of a doctor's shop or a clinic or a hospital, and ask them, sir, why are you here? And everyone says, I am deceased, I have come here to get treated. But if there are 100 people in front of a temple, and go and ask these 100 people, each one will have different reason why they have come here. So generally people go to temple with a wish list. I want this, I want this, I want this. When we go for a shopping, we go with a shopping list. So similarly, so people go to temple with a wish list that I want this, I want this, I want this. And no one feels that I should go to temple to give something to God also. Yes, we cannot give anything to God, but at least we can serve God. We can do something to the temple, we can do something to the deities, we can do something to the Brahmanas who take care of the deities in the temple. So we don't think like that, but we always think that what I can get from God. So when Sudhama's wife requests Sudhama that you should go and get something from Krishna, Sudhama immediately says, no, I don't want anything from Krishna. I just need blessings of Krishna. So this is a very important lesson we can learn from Sudhama. Then wife understands he is not ready to go and get something. So wife knows that she needs something to take care of the family and children. So wife tells Sudhama, my dear husband, don't go to Dwaraka and meet Krishna and ask something. Since long time you have not seen Krishna, just go and visit him. Just pay a visit and you will get the darshan of Krishna, you can talk to Krishna and you can exchange your love and devotion to Krishna. When wife says this, immediately Sudhama becomes excited. Yes, this is wonderful. I would love to go to Dwaraka and I would love to have darshan of Krishna. I would love to serve him in some way. This is very nice. And Sudhama's wife tells, yes, because anyway, Krishna is Krishna. When you go there and when Krishna looks at you, he understands that you are in need of something. Then Krishna voluntarily will give something. And when Krishna voluntarily gives you some charity, some dhan, then you don't have any problem to take it. So that you can bring it to home. And Sudhama says, this is a very good idea. So now my aim and my goal is to go to Dwaraka and have darshan of Krishna. If at all he gives something, I'll bring it. So Sudhama's wife says, very nice, this is a very good idea. Please go and pay a visit to Dwaraka. So then Sudhama decides to go, but Sudhama tells, dear wife, I am going to visit Krishna, who is a king. It is very important that I should carry something. There is yet another lesson we can learn from this. What is the lesson? Whenever we visit a king, a leader, old people, children, it is very important that we should carry some gifts. We should carry something as a token of gratitude. So Sudhama and wife, they think, what? Nothing is there at home. Then Sudhama's wife says, just wait, let me check in the kitchen. She goes to kitchen and checks all the different containers, dabbas, and nothing is there. And in one particular dabba, she finds there are some poha or chipped rice, or in Kannada we call it as avlakki. So she opens that dabba and she scrapes it because it is just the bottom part of the container, it is stuck. So she just scrapes everything and she takes out a handful of poha she finds and she says, now I'll cook this. So both Sudhama and Sudhama's wife, with lot of love and devotion, they cook poha. So they put their heart and soul in that, and in the mind, in the consciousness, they are thinking, this I am going to cook for Krishna. So another very important lesson for all of us is, it is very important about how we are cooking, in what consciousness we are cooking. Because whatever consciousness we are cooking, that consciousness transfers to the food, and that consciousness will transfer to the person who is having that food. That is why if you analyze, all of us, we love our mothers very much. Why? Because from the day one, mother cooks for us. So that is why if we eat in hotels, restaurants more, then what happens? Because we pay money in the hotel, so that consciousness, that good consciousness will not transfer. So it is only the business consciousness transfers. So here, Sudhama and his good wife, they put their heart and soul with lot of devotion. They cook this poha and she gives that poha to Sudhama. So please take this poha and offer it to Krishna. So then Sudhama is very happy. He takes that poha and ties a knot and puts it in his small bag, and he starts going. So Sudhama, who is Krishna? He is a king now. He is a Dwarkadish. He is a most important VVIP, very important personality. Now for him, what is Sudhama offering? An insignificant poha, insignificant chipped rice. Now does this make sense? Yes, it makes a lot of sense. Why? Because this is a very important lesson we can learn about gift. So whenever we give gift or whenever we receive gift, what is more important is not the content but the intent. So what do I mean by that? So whenever we give gift, what is our intention? What is the intention? What is the intent is very important. Now for example, if somebody may give some diamond ring as a gift, very costly. The content is awesome. But what is the intent? Intent is to trap you, to fool you, to cheat you. So if the intent is this, and even the content is one of the best thing in the world, but still it doesn't make any sense. But here in Sudhama's case, what is the intent? Intent is to show his love and devotion to Krishna. And what is the content? Insignificant poha. That's okay. So that is why whenever small children, they just buy something and give to their father, happy birthday papa, they give some 5 rupees chocolate. And father feels very happy. Why? Because he sees the intent, not the content. Content, father can buy thousands of chocolates. That is not a question here. But the child takes money from the father and goes and buys a small chocolate and gives, offer to father saying happy birthday to you papa. And father feels so ecstatic and he goes and tells in the whole world that my son or a daughter gave me a gift. So here the point is, the intent is very important, not the content. So Sudhama, he carries this chipped rice and he goes. So the same lesson we can learn from the Gita. It says, Patram pushpam phalam toyam yo me bhaktya prayachati tadaham bhaktya upahritam ashnami prayatatmanaha. So what Krishna is saying in the Bhagavad Gita, Patram pushpam phalam toyam. So meaning, Krishna is saying, don't offer me big things. Don't give me crores of rupees, lakhs of rupees. Don't give me costliest things in the world. But what you have to give me? You just give me patram. In Sanskrit, Krishna is using patram means it is only one leaf. You can even offer me one leaf. That is sufficient. Patram. Pushpam. One flower. Because some people may say, I am very poor, I can't offer anything. No problem, just offer me one leaf. Can't you offer one tulsi leaf, one petal, one flower? We'll get. Somebody may say, no, I don't have that also. I can't even offer a leaf or a flower also. So Krishna says, no problem. Phalam, one fruit, and toyam, some water. So at least water is available for everyone. We can at least give water. So one fruit, phalam, just offer one fruit, one leaf, one flower and little water. That is sufficient. So that's why it is said. So what Krishna is saying in Hindi, there is a beautiful quote. It says, "Na mujhe chahiye mantra, na mujhe chahiye tantra, bas pyar se khilao ek santra." So meaning, just give me one fruit, that is sufficient for me. But how you should give? You can give one leaf, one flower, one fruit, or if you don't have anything, just give me some toyam, means water. But how you should give? What should be the intention? That Krishna is explaining in the Gita. And what is the intention? Yome bhaktya prayachati. So with bhakti you should offer. Not just for the sake of giving some charity, for giving some donation you give, but you should give with bhakti, with love and devotion. So yome bhaktya prayachati tadaham bhakti upahritam ashnami prayatatmanah. And if you give with that bhakti, with that love and devotion, then I will accept it. So Krishna is promising that. So that is why one of the very important lesson is, what is important? Content or intent? Intent is very important, not the content. Hope you got the point here. So then Sudhama takes that insignificant chipped rice and he walks. And earlier days, there were no vehicles, there were no airplanes, no flights, no car. So if somebody wants to go from one place to another place, they have to literally walk. And Sudhama was walking and walking. Unfortunately, he had not carried anything for himself. So wherever he could find some fruits, some roots, some vegetables, some leaves, and he would eat that and sustain his life. And it took many days, many months to reach Dwarka. And by the time he reached Dwarka, he was completely emaciated. Because months together, he had not had anything, hardly some water, some fruits. Here and there, someone would give something, he would accept it. Otherwise, nothing, no good nutritious food as such. So with his emaciated body, torn clothes, because he was not from a rich family, rich background, so he had couple of pairs of dress, some dhoti and shalya, chadar. So that was also torn here and there, and finally he reaches Dwarka. So he reaches Dwarka, and near the gate, the security guards stop him. They say, "Who are you?" And Sudhama says, now his body is emaciated, only bones are visible and clothes are torn here and there. And with this situation, he goes near the gate and the security guards stop him. And Sudhama says, "Please allow me, I want to see Krishna." And security, "Hut! You want to see Krishna? You know who is Krishna? He is Dwarkadish, the king of Dwarka. He doesn't see some beggars like you. Just get lost from this place." And Sudhama pleads. Sudhama says, "Please allow me. I am his good friend." All the security guards, they laugh at him. There are so many people, every day they would come. They come here and they say the same thing. "I know Krishna." Yes, most of the people in the world, they know Krishna because he is a superstar. And everyone knows. But if Krishna knows you is the question. Sudhama says, "Yes, Krishna knows me. I am his best friend." And he says, "Don't talk further. Otherwise, we will beat you to death. Just get lost." And Sudhama becomes very humble. He's rejected. And he feels very unhappy, sad. And he again he goes to security guards and he pleads, "Sir, please allow me to go and meet Krishna, have darshan of Krishna." They say, "We told you enough. If you stand here, we'll beat you to death. Just get lost from this place." And tears in his eyes, Sudhama is pleading, "Sir, please, at least you don't allow me inside. At least you go and meet Krishna and tell him that your friend Sudhama has come. And Krishna will remember." And security guard, they think this is some beggar who is trying to cheat us. So, "No, sorry, we are not interested. Just get lost." But Sudama, now he has no other option. He just goes little distance and he starts crying tears. And he's crying tears and he's praying, "Oh Krishna, please, at least, yes, I am not qualified to meet you. I am not qualified to talk to you. Just come and give your darshan. From distance, I will see you and I will go away." As Sudama is praying, so Krishna from the top floor, he sees and understands that it is Sudama. And Krishna, as soon as he sees from the top floor of his palace, he immediately starts running towards Krishna. He just runs and wanted to meet Sudama. And everyone else in the palace are bewildered. Why the Dwarkadish, the king of Dwaraka, is running so hastily? That means there is something very important which he has to do. And all the ministers, the soldiers, they say, "Maharaj, please tell us what you want to do. We will do it on behalf. You just sit here on an easy chair and relax." And Krishna says, "Just give me space. I want to personally go and meet this person." And Rukmini, all the queens, all the ministers, they are flabbergasted, seeing Krishna's enthusiasm and utsaha. They say, "Lord, please take rest. We will go and get the person whom you want to meet." Krishna says, "Nothing doing, I am personally going." And Krishna is just running. And finally he reaches the security guard gate, and security says, "Sir, please tell us what we can do for you. Just give me space, open the gate." And he opens the gate, and Sudama is standing there and crying tears. And Krishna runs and hugs Sudama. And both of them, they give bath to each other with their tears. They just hug and cry. And for everyone in Dwaraka, it was a festival of joy looking at these two people, how close they are, how intimate they are. And they're hugging. Hours together, they are just hugging, and both of them, they're not able to talk anything. Both of them, they're not able to express anything. They are just expressing their love with just tears. And Sudama is completely wet. Krishna is completely wet with tears. And the entire Dwaraka, they are just looking at Krishna and Sudama and their love for each other, and they think this is so amazing relationship. So after long hours of hugging and crying, so Krishna tells Sudama, "Sudama, I am so happy to see you. I welcome personally to Dwaraka and to my palace." Sudama is taken aback with the humility and love what Krishna had for Sudama. And then Krishna holds Sudama's hand personally and he takes Sudama inside his palace. And what happens, we will see in the next episode. Thank you very much.